Welcome back from the break, Rams. I'm Brandon Cruz. Tonight, we, and I mean them, will be making some Mountain West football selections for the weekend. We have 5 games to pick. I'll be the moderator, so let's get right into it. First off, guys, we have Colorado State at Washington State. We mentioned it earlier in the show. I will say Dante Wright for CSU is transferring, so he will not be available. Washington State, as you said, impressive win on the road against Wisconsin. They did beat Idaho by only a touchdown, though. Ella, we'll start with you. Who wins this game?
Well, I know you guys aren't going to like my opinion, so I'm glad I'm starting off to get it out of the way. I think Washington State is going to take this one, no problem. And that sounds really pessimistic, but I have a really big issue with the way CSU is playing these first 2 weeks, and I just don't think the third week is going to be a charm. The last time these two teams saw each other was all the way back in 2013, and the Rams had to put up almost 1,000 yards to win by 3 points, to win by a field goal. We put up 260 yards last week, and we got whooped. That is the issue that I have. I don't think Fort Air Raid is going to come out with this one yet, and it's on the road. I just don't see it happening.
Ella, I just have to say that I disagree with you on this, and I think the Rams are going to pull it out. They're going to do it. I think young quarterback Clay Millen is going to find his stride. He's going to be able to figure out how to get rid of the ball a little faster. Fort Air Raid is going to come together, I know it, because what we've seen so far is not Fort Air Raid. It's not what's happening. And so I think Fort Air Raid is going to come out, and I think Washington State isn't as great of a team as you think they are, and that's my hot take.
In my personal experience, Wisconsin has lost a lot of bad games that they shouldn't lose, so I think this is just a fluke for them, and I don't think Washington State's really that good. So I think CSU is going to take this one in Pullman. It's going to be a big upset, and CSU campus is going to go wild.
That would be a huge win, Mike, especially for CSU. Madeline, Leah, we'll turn it over to you guys. Madeline, who do you have?
I am normally a faithful CSU picker, but on this one, rumor has it Washington State is really good. So I think that I'm going to choose Washington State for now. But if CSU wins, trust me, I will be celebrating, and I would love for them to win. But realistically, just based off of what we've seen from CSU and what we've seen from Washington State, I'm going to go Washington State as the safe bet. But in my heart, it's CSU.
You know, for me personally, I got to err on the positive side. I got to root for CSU. You know, they haven't had an 0-3 start in, I think, over 10 years, and I'm just not going to let that happen. So I think Colorado State is going to take this one. They're going to shock a lot of people. Washington's definitely going to underestimate us, and they don't have the right to do that quite yet. Like Ella mentioned, this is a make-or-break game, so I think CSU is going to have to take it.
Leah. I mean, we had, what was that, three CSU? They took the majority in that one, so that's pretty impressive. Okay, we're going to move on past CSU, Washington State, to Air Force at Wyoming, a Mountain West contest over there. Air Force has had an impressive start to the season. They're 2-0. Their rushing attack has proved lethal. And it seems like they're the real deal in the Mountain West. Wyoming, I mean, they got dump trucked by Illinois, 38-6. They have won the last 2 against Tulsa and Northern Colorado. They are playing at home. Ella, who are you taking in this one?
You can make the argument, oh, Illinois is a Big Ten team. Wyoming was going to lose to them no matter what. Illinois should not be a Big Ten team. Let me just put that out there, first of all. Second of all, Air Force is too strong in what they do when they run that ball to lose to a rebuilding team like Wyoming. I know Air Force is going to take this one easily, and that sounds very extreme, but Wyoming just doesn't have what it takes this season to win. They just don't. And I think Air Force is going to, I think they're favored in every single game that they have on their schedule this season. And I don't think Wyoming's going to be that team that upsets them. I just don't. Maybe down the road, maybe we'll see a good game with CSU with them, but not Wyoming.
Ella, I'm going to have to agree with you on this one. Go Falcons. I think the same thing. I think their rushing game is great. They had 174 yards on 24 carries against the Buffs. And they had 3 TDs on the ground, which is huge. I think that they're just going to be unstoppable. We can't have stinky Wyoming win this game. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to go with the Falcons, Colorado team, and then we can match up against both of them. So
Yeah, I'm out of one out here. I'm going to go Wyoming. Last year, the game against Air Force gave me a bad taste in my mouth. So I'm going to go with Wyoming here with the upset. I'm not the majority here, but I'm going Wyoming.
Wyoming, I still have confidence in them. They'll pick it up. Air Force, I would hate to be a wide receiver on Air Force, by the way. They just run and run and run.
Right, yeah.
It's worked so far. Yeah. So we'll turn it over to Madeline and Leah for Tennessee Martin at Boise State. I will say Tennessee Martin is 16th ranked in the FCS.
They're a sleeper team.
Yes.
They are a sleeper team.
They're
Absolutely.
good. They're good. Boise State coming off a 17-point win against terrible New Mexico. Madeline, who do you have in this one?
So my logic for this one is basically the fact that I have never even heard of the other school. So logic normally says if I haven't heard of the other school, but I have heard of Boise, Boise's probably going to win. And to my knowledge, from everything that I know, Boise's got a pretty good football program, and they have a blue field. So Boise State.
I'm going to have to completely agree with you on that one. And, like Brandon mentioned, last I heard, Boise State is actually #1 in the Mountain West from their outstanding win over New Mexico. So, there's your stat right there. Boise State's taking this one all the way.
Madeline, have you ever heard of South Dakota State? Last year?
No.
There's your point.
Exactly.
So now Boise State does have a loss on the year. It was to Oregon State by a field goal. So they did keep that one.
Well, that's a school I've heard of.
That was a great game, though. I will give Boise credit. They held with that one for sure.
Yeah. All right, moving on to our second to last one. We have Nevada at Iowa. Iowa, I'm going to be honest, guys, I don't even think Iowa can score a touchdown. In their first game, they had a field goal and 2 safeties for 7 points.
That first game was so sad.
It's so sad. They did score a touchdown against Iowa State, but they lost 10-7. Now Nevada lost to Incarnate Word by 2 touchdowns, gave up 55 points to them. Iowa has a stout defense. Ella, who wins this one?
In my opinion, this is going to be an incredibly strange game. I don't know what to expect from either of these teams just because of the start that they have had on the season. Iowa and the teams they have faced have 27 points combined up until this point. That is crazy considering the game that we faced in Iowa last year. Nevada, they lost to an FCS team. That is embarrassing. That is really, really sad. But just because I'm more familiar with Iowa and the Big Ten, I know they're a strong team that has just been iffy so far. I have to go with Iowa. I am not going to lose faith in them until they lose to Nevada. So for right now, I'm going to say go Hawks.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there. I feel like it's going to be one of those, call it battle of the bad teams. And honestly, some of those make up for pretty good games.
The king of the losers.
They might be pretty evenly matched. This might be a pretty good football game to watch, and I'll be curious to see how it goes. So I'm going to have to say go Hawkeyes. And also, if you know what a Hawkeye is, I think it's a bird.
Please let her know.
I would like to know, but go Hawkeyes.
Yeah. And are they really yellow and black, right?
Yeah, who knows? Honestly, I'm that.
I'm also going to go Iowa. I guess we're going 3-peat in Iowa here. I've just seen them against Big Ten competition. I'm seeing Nevada against, I don't even know the team you just named, so I'm definitely going to go Iowa in this one.
Iowa, Ella, Iowa's not that bad. Like they still have a good defense. I feel bad for over-exaggerating how
sixth in the nation right now.
Yeah, their defense is really good. It's just a matter of they can score on the other side.
Yeah.
So very interesting matchup there. Okay, our last one of the evening is Fresno State at USC. Fresno State preseason polled favorites to win the Mountain West. They gave number 11 Oregon a scare last year, only losing by a touchdown, and their quarterback, Jake Hayner, has been terrific, over 300 passing yards in his first 2 games. USC, though, their new head coach, and Caleb Williams at quarterback, pretty amazing offense over there. Madeline, Leah, we'll start with you. Who wins this one?
Yeah, so honestly, the fact that Fresno is favored to win the Mountain West, that surprises me. I would have chosen Air Force if I'm being honest. I think Air Force is stronger than Fresno State in my opinion. USC, they're just good. They've always been good. They're just a good football school. They're just a good sports school, let's be real here. So I'm going USC.
I'm also going to have to take USC. I mean, they're in the Coliseum. Fresno State, yes, while they have dominating offense, and same with Caleb Williams for USC side, I just don't think they stand a chance down in, Southern California because they're amazing, and I think USC is just going to absolutely dominate.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to football conferences, the Mountain West isn't the strongest, so.
I agree.
And with that, Rams, that is all the sports action we have for you tonight. Make sure to tune in tomorrow night for CTV Cooks, and have a great rest of your night and stay safe, Rams. Thank you so much for watching.